Hello, in this video we will discuss about the cholesterol biosynthesis and cholesterol physiology and their transport and function. So here is the stomach, which that is contain a pancreas and stomach. We will begin from here. So here is the portal vein and here is the liver. So let's begin to understand from the food. When we will intake the food, so here is the gallbladder which contain a bile. So remember about that. So the bile contain also cholesterol, which that is the extra cholesterol in our body, which that is stored into the gallbladder. So it is when we will intake food that is contain fatty food, and this fatty food is absorbed into the portal vein after the complete digestion and go into the liver, hepatocyte basically. So the food can be glucose, fructose, sucrose and amino acid or fatty acid. Cholesterol also come from the dietary cholesterol or synthesis into the liver also is known as the biosynthesis of cholesterol and to the portal vein, go into the portal vein, and it is in the form of chylomicron. This is a very low density lipoprotein contain a scavenger receptor or VLDL receptor, which that is received and endocytosed into the hepatocyte. So here is the hepatocyte. You can imagine that it is. So the chylomicron is basically is the high lipid, but the protein is low. When go into the hepatocyte, so it will be dissociate, and also the mechanism we will discuss about the glucose and from fat also. So here is the glucose. Dietary glucose will intake into the go into the liver, so the hepatocyte, and glucose in the case of glycolysis to produce the pyruvate. This is the anaerobic respiration. To use the aerobic respiration to produce acetyl CoA into the mitochondria and to produce the 2-acetyl CoA. These 2-acetyl CoA combine together to form a acetoacetyl CoA, and one CoA will be released from it. So the hydroxymethyl glutarate HMG CS, which that is converted into the HMG CoA, and the cholesterol will be formed. So here is the glucose also produce a glycerol, and this glycerol convert into the from the malonyl CoA, which that is produced from the acetyl CoA, and this malonyl CoA convert into the free fatty acid, and the fatty acid is also come from the beta oxidation, and here you can see the dietary fat. So this convert into the monoglycerol from the one fatty acid will be bound with the glycerol and diacyl glycerol, which that is bound with the second free fatty acid, and third one is to become a triacyl glycerol, and the apoprotein will be formed. That is the apoprotein is in the form of very low density lipoprotein, and the HDL will be formed. This contain apoprotein, phospholipids and cholesterol. So that will go into the blood circulatory system, and the lipase enzyme, which that convert into the VLDL into the LDL and HDL, and that's go again into the liver LDL from a scavenger receptor either. And here is you can see this is the LDL, which that is a VLDL provide the fatty acid into the tissue and glycerol into the tissue, and also used for the repairing by the addition of phospholipid into the plasma membrane. We will discuss also. So here is the different tissue, and adipose tissue used and the triacyl glycerol into the storage, and the cholesterol is used for the plasma membrane. We will discuss, and tissue need cholesterol, phospholipids and apoprotein, as well as on the other hand the for using of the normal function from the apoprotein. So here is the cholesterol biosynthesis we will discuss about now. So the acetoacetyl CoA formation due to the acetoacetyl form with the acetyl CoA to form a HMG CoA by the HMG CoA synthase enzyme, and the water will be added and CoA coenzyme will be released, and in this way HMG CoA formation will be occur. So the CoA is the enzyme, that is a coenzyme which that is used for the production of MgCoA, hydroxymethyl CoA. And that hydroxymethyl CoA can be further promoted by the commitment step. So in this way, commitment step, the M kinase enzyme used, but the HMG-CoA reductase is the statin, that is the cholesterol lowering agent which that is used for the lowering of the cholesterol. So the hypercholesteremia will be inhibited by this. So here is the phosphorylation will be occur with that the mevalonate which that is produced after the mevalonate kinase to produce, and these 3 ATP used to, and phosphate group will be released, and decarboxylase enzyme used to produce the isopentenyl pyrophosphate. This is the phosphorylation, and it in this way the pyrophosphate will be add and release, and in this way the farnesyl pyrophosphate will be formed. This is a condensation reaction. In this way, the condensation reaction means the oxygen will be added and the NADPH will be removed into the NADP plus conversion. So in this way, you can see in this diagram to understand as well. So here is another thing is the squalene will be formed from the farnesyl pyrophosphate, and this is the condensation reaction from the squalene. And here is the chemotherapy target is the FPP, farnesyl pyrophosphate, which that is linked with the RAS to the membrane, and in this way the RAS mutation are involved in one third of human cancer. So in this way the FPP will be inhibited by the chemotherapy target. So the chemotherapeutic target is here, FPP. So the squalene will be produced, and in this way here is the cholesterol formation will be occur after the condensation reaction. So in this way the NADPH will be oxidized into the NADP plus, and the oxygen will be absorbed and the water will be released to form a cholesterol. The cholesterol formula is here, structural formula. So the cholesterol will produce the bile acid, bile salt, and steroid hormones and vitamin D. So whenever the cholesterol will be high in the blood circulatory system, so the cholesterol will be excreted into the gallbladder, so in the bile, so it is also converted into the bile salt and bile acid. So in this way the cholesterol can be low. So the extra cholesterol is not harmful because it will be excreted. So here is the hypothalamus. This hypothalamus is basically stimulate the pituitary gland. This hypothalamus will stimulate the pituitary gland to produce the interstitial cell stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone, which that is target to the Leydig cell in the testes to produce the testosterone and dihydrotestosterone, which that is used for the primary and secondary male sexual character, and also the estrogen will produce from this. So the cholesterol we will discuss about what is this, and here is the cholesterol formula which contain a hydroxyl group make the head polar and hydrophilic attracted to the phosphate head on the periphery of the membrane, while the carbon ring is not classed as a fat or or oil. Cholesterol is a steroid. So this is the non-polar is the fatty acid chain, which that is the non-polar hydrophobic. So here you can see the carbon ring, it's not classed as a fat or oil. Cholesterol is a steroid, it is steroid, and steroid mean it is the four ringed carbon ringed base structure. So the non-polar here is hydrophobic tail attracted to the hydrophobic tail of phospholipids in the center of the membrane. So you can understand as well. This is the lipophilic, but the lipophobic is the hydroxyl group. So in this way, the cell is basically contain a plasma membrane contain a cholesterol, which that is used for the hydrophilic and hydrophobic interaction to attract, and in this way the water will not move inside and outside much more. So in this way the fluidity, homeostasis, and maintenance of the fluidity inside and outside is the important factor in our life. So that is why the cholesterol is very important, and add phosphate and give the gap for the addition of phospholipids, the plasma membrane, into the plasma membrane, and the water will not move because it is create the barrier. So the osmotic barrier can be, and the maintain inside and outside water content, and increase or decrease membrane size without plasma membrane change or without the addition of phospholipids. So it means the maintain fluidity and stretches of membrane is important factor which that is rapidly increase the increase the influx of the some sugar or something which that is increase the volume. So the volume increasing um, uh, mechanism is possible rapidly due to the cholesterol. So thanks for watching. Please make sure to subscribe, like and share. Bye.